In this video, I'm going to share with you most common 10 mindsets that people carry that stops them from having an abundant, meaningful, and purposeful and rich life. I spent the last decade of my life immersing myself in accounting and finance world through different education and qualification such as ACCA, Association of Certified Chartered Accounting, and Chartered Professional Accounting, CPA, and Certified Auditing. I worked in different companies such as KPMG Audit, which is one of the biggest 4 auditing companies in the world, and also in one of the biggest companies in Canada, Brookfield. 2 years ago, I made the biggest transformation in my life, which was to become an ICF, International Coaching Federation, accredited coach. And that allowed me to sit one-on-one with hundreds of people talking about their life, talking about the decisions they make in terms of finances and their career. The first and foremost mindset that I hear from people is, I'll start saving later. Oftentimes, I hear this from people who grew up in a family where saving was impossible, or they weren't talking about it openly. People delay savings, spend everything they earn, and they believe that higher income in the future will solve the problem. But this isn't the right mindset to carry, because the main thing in saving is to build a habit that can lead you to have greater savings when you get higher income. It's absolutely correct that as you progress in your career, you're going to make more money and you will have more chances of putting aside for savings. However, it's not going to happen unless you have a habit for saving. It can be $10 a month, it can be $100 a month, but if you can be okay, if you can prepare your mindset into saving, you are in a good path. Number 2, people have this belief that they deserve this. They deserve a luxury. They deserve to spend money. They deserve the good stuff. And this mindset usually leads you to make impulsive purchases. I see this from people who grew up in an environment where they were stressed about money. They couldn't get anything they want because of the lack of money. Now they're trying to overcompensate no matter what the cost is. They believe that now that I make money, I can do anything I want and nobody's here to stop me from purchasing things that I deserve. It is so sad that marketing companies, advertising companies would use these exact same words, you deserve a luxury, you deserve a rest, to amplify this mindset. But this isn't the right mindset you want to carry, because what you buy doesn't equal to who you are. What you buy doesn't equal to success. Whenever you see something nice, it feels great, you get emotionally high. Tell to yourself, you can buy this, you can absolutely buy this, but how about we wait for 2 days and see if I still want it? Self-talking, self-convincing works the best. Third mindset that I see people carrying is money is bad. When you grow up in an environment where your parents were referring to rich people as bad, when you look at the neighbor who has money, parents or other people used to say these people are not the best people, they're stingy, they are corrupted, they're using the government money. So you have this unconscious script in your mind that says, at least I'm good. I don't make good money, but at least I'm a good person in my heart. And when you hear these sounds growing up, you unconsciously believe that I don't want to be those kind of people who are rich but evils. My advice is to rewire your thinking and say, I am a good person in my heart and I make money, because money is the powerful tool to amplify the good services I do for other people, because this is true. This is the ultimate truth. Number 4 is the belief that I am not a money person. This creates an avoidance towards money. What it results to is you don't look at the bills, you don't look at the bank statements, you don't want to know where the money is going, how much money is coming, where is it coming from. You don't want to deal with that because you believe you are not a money person. However, the truth is financial knowledge is learned. It is not something you are born with. Every single person learns working with finances and making the money work for them by knowing how it works. And you can absolutely become somebody who is in charge of money because you need money as a tool to provide services that you want to the world. So with that in your mind, why don't you start believing that I can start slow, money is not that complicated at the beginner stage, and what I make is absolutely can be under my control. Number 5, people trying to keep up with other people. A mindset that I want to buy cars, buy myself nice purses, I want to go on a vacation, I want to put some pictures, vacation pictures on my social media. I want to go on expensive dining. This is the belief that some people carry, which is not a sustainable way if you want to have an abundant and fulfilling life. As a coach, I never criticize people for carrying a certain mindset. There is a misunderstanding that people say, oh, he's so show off, he's all about buying things, he tried to be rich, but that is not the right angle to see, because if you grow up in a culture, in a household, in a society where everybody is showing up, that's what happens. It's the desire to belong, it's the desire to be loved, which is very, very natural to our human beings. Now that you're an adult, now that you're watching this, I want you to believe that you are not what you buy, you are what you believe, you are what your passion is, and you are your soul, you are you. Number 6, a belief that more money will fix everything. There are so many people that come to me with a belief that I want to make more money, I want to work harder, how can I increase my income? But they never look at the expenditures. They never question the expenditures that they are making. There's a tunnel vision belief that I certainly need these expenses. What happens if you don't increase the money? They say, then I won't be able to pay my rent. That is very, very rare in real life. People don't question the other expenses they're making out of the habits. I challenge you to look at the other expenses, the other subscriptions, the costs you're making for the convenience, the Uber costs, the dining costs, purchases, different subscriptions in general. Do you really need to pay for those? So maybe your income is not bad. Your income can be just enough for you to stay happily and safe. The wanting to increase more comes from a childhood belief that more money will fix our problems. This belief of wanting more comes from a childhood experience. You weren't able to do the basic needs like rent and food and the bus tickets. But now things have changed. Maybe you're carrying the same experience. That is no longer true. Number 7, the use of credit cards. There's a misunderstanding about credit card use. As a financial coach, I have the service of auditing their personal accounts, and I see insane maxed out credits. There's a belief that the money that you can use for your credit card is yours, even if you haven't earned the money. The current system, how the credit card works, is amplifying this experience. They're making you believe that you have money, but in reality, you don't. And then they give you minimum payments so that you pay more fees later, and it accumulates. So there is a whole anxiety spiral happening around the credit card use. So I want to remind you that credit card is the payment system. You can't spend money that you haven't earned. Don't use your credit card, because there is a system that is exactly built for this mindset. Number 8 is the belief that investing is for rich people only. People are so reluctant to lose control of their money. People are so reluctant of letting other companies to run their hard-earned money. They prefer to have put their money in the low-interest savings account. It is totally understandable that you don't want to lose the money by giving it to somebody else. It's totally understandable to believe that you may lose the money. However, this isn't completely true, because by putting your money in the savings account with 4% interest annually, you're losing the compound effect that you could get from investing in low-risk investment accounts. There are so many basic, very safe, absolutely safe index funds and micro investing apps that you can use, which is equally safe but still have the compound interest effect. Because there's a concept called net present value of money. What you could buy for $100 20 years ago was much more valuable than what you can buy today with $100. And that's called net present value of money. And if you can calculate the net present value of your current savings in 10 years' time, there's going to be a huge difference in their value. Number 9 are the people who has no access to financial information in their household. There are so many people who comes to the coaching session with me and they tell me I have no idea how much money we're making. I have no idea how much expenses we have. I just pay, and my husband makes all the money, or my wife makes all the money, or my parents make all the money. I don't know anything about finances, and I am not interested because I've never been this person, because I grew up in a family where I didn't have to worry about the money, or my parents never shared the money with me. So they carry this belief that I don't need to know about money. You are in trouble if you don't know anything about your household finances. Because you may divorce the partner. The partner can die, or your parents or something can happen to the parents that knows all the information, all the access to the finances. You're going to be in a very difficult situation, or maybe you are getting abused because of lack of your knowledge about finances. Start getting involved to your finances. Start discussing about how much money they're making, how much money you're making, how much are the expenses. This is the stage where you don't have to think too much about the strategies, the system, but this is an invitation for you to start getting curious. What is happening in my financial life, in my household's financial life? Even if you don't make it, ask them to give you a permission to get an access or just talk about it. Number 10, the last thing I want to mention is for those who thinks it's too late for them to start saving. Maybe there is a regret, maybe there is a shame, maybe there is some kind of guilt that you wish you were saving when you were younger. You wish you were working hard. You wish you were making more money when you were younger. And you believe that now it's too late. Maybe you're 50 now, maybe you're 60 or 70, but you still have some support from the government or some support from other people, and you spend it all and you're entirely dependent on external circumstances. And that is completely understandable the way you think, completely understandable that you don't belong to the financial advisors, financial coaching, because everybody is saying start saving early, the accumulation, and you believe, doesn't belong to me because I'm old, I missed all my chances. And my advice as a financial coach, I will say, it's never too late. It's never too late to start saving. When you start saving, you will see there is a confidence rising up. There is a nice feeling of safety, comfort, feeling proud of yourself because you are in the game. You are in the game of investing. You're thinking about what you can buy in the future, where you can go in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to have a personal talk with me, if you want to have a one-on-one coaching session with me, I am giving this for you for free now. I'm offering you a free discovery session, and we'll chat, we'll have a coaching conversation that you will enjoy, I promise. And I'll see you guys in my next video.